Yusuf, get up! You're going to be late! Yusuf, now! Please!
Stop touching me! I'm not going!
You have school! You cannot just stay home!
I said I'm not going! Why can't you just leave me alone for once?
What happened to my son?
If you are a parent and that moment felt familiar, this video is for you. Because you have tried everything. You raised your voice, you took the phone, you gave long lectures, and nothing worked. If anything, your child pulled further away. So before you try one more thing, stay with this story. Because what Maryam did next changed everything. That night, Maryam could not sleep. She lay in the dark thinking about Yusuf, not the angry boy who pushed past her, the little boy who used to run to her, who used to save the last piece of his chocolate for her, who used to fall asleep holding her hand. Where did that boy go? She picked up her phone and found a short video of a scholar. The scholar said, "The Prophet, peace be upon him, never pulled his children close through fear. He pulled them close through love. A child who feels truly seen does not need to fight his parents. He has nothing to fight against." Maryam put the phone down. She thought about every conversation she had with Yusuf lately. Homework, his room, his attitude, what he did wrong. When was the last time she asked about his heart? She could not remember. The next morning, she woke up early, made eggs and toast, his favorite. She knocked on his door quietly.
Breakfast is ready. Come when you want.
He came down a few minutes later, sat at the table, saw the eggs. Something moved in his face, but he said nothing. They ate quietly. Then Maryam said gently,
"I want to say something. I just want you to hear it. I think I have been putting too much pressure on you. Every conversation we have is about something you did wrong, and I am sorry for that."
Yusuf stared at his plate, said nothing. She got up and walked to the sink, and just as she turned away, he said quietly,
"It's not just the questions, Mama."
Maryam stopped. She sat down right next to him. "Then tell me," she said softly. "I am listening." And he did. He told her he felt like nothing was ever enough, that he stopped trying because it felt pointless. Maryam did not defend herself. She just listened. When he was done, she held his hand. "I hear you," she said, "and I am sorry." Just those words. But for Yusuf, they were everything. Because for the first time in a long time, he felt truly seen. This is what the Sunnah teaches us. Not rules first, connection first. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said she never once saw the Prophet raise his hand against a child. His way was always gentleness, always closeness, always making the other person feel they truly mattered. Because disrespect in a child is never really the problem. It is the signal. It is your child saying, in the only way they know how, "I do not feel seen. I do not feel close to you anymore." When you stop fighting that signal and start listening to it, everything changes. So what do you actually do? Not the theory, the real practical steps. The first thing is to stop reacting and start observing. The next time your child is disrespectful, don't respond right away. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what is this behavior actually telling me? That one pause changes everything. The second thing is to create a daily moment of real connection, not around homework or rules or chores, just connection. It can be 5 minutes, sitting together after dinner, asking one real question and actually waiting for the answer. These small moments build a bridge, and once the bridge is there, the disrespect has nowhere to live. The third thing is to say sorry when you are wrong. This one is hard for many parents. When a parent says, "I was wrong, I'm sorry," the child does not lose respect for them. They gain it. The fourth thing is to catch your child doing something right. When your child makes a good choice, notice it. Say, I saw that. I'm proud of you. Those words can do more than 100 punishments. 3 weeks later, Maryam was in the kitchen chopping vegetables. Yusuf came home from school and sat at the table without being called. He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, Mama, something happened at school today that really hurt me. She turned around and gave him her full attention, and she listened. That was the moment she knew her son had come back. Not because she forced him, but because she made a place where he felt safe enough to come back to. That is the Sunnah. If your child is pulling away from you right now, know this. It is not too late. Tonight, try just one thing. Go to where your child is. Do not mention homework. Do not bring up anything difficult. Just sit near them. And if they ask why, tell them the truth. I just wanted to be close to you. See what happens. Tell me in the comments what is one moment with your child that broke your heart recently. I read every single comment. May Allah soften the hearts between you and your child and make you the parent your child always runs back to. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.